sweeties, and welcome back to my channel and this video where we're going to discuss some colorful palettes that I actually don't want. Like, I don't want to buy these at all. I saw this video a while ago from Paulina Beauty and I will leave her video down below. It was really good and I even think I commented on it saying that I was gonna borrow the ID, hashtag content thief, but one of the palettes that she mentioned I have on my list as well, and we have it on the list for the exact same reason. And okay, let me just start with it. It was a great video. Don't forget to go check that video out as well when you're finished watching this one. The palette that we both had, the palette that we both had on our list was the Violet Voss, what is it called? Flamingo palette? The thing is, we both have it on our list for the same reason. We couldn't get this one. Violet Voss doesn't ship internationally and they do not really care about Europe because this palette never came to Europe. Like, it never came to Beauty Bay. Violet Voss is being sold at Beauty Bay, but it just never came. And the reason why I remembered this video idea and I was like, I really want to film this, I should sit down and film it, is because now it's in. Beauty Bay was like this week, oh my god, it's finally here, the wait is over, and I'm like, bitch, please, nobody's waiting for this. It's October, when I'm filming this, it's October, like nobody was waiting for this palette. We forgot about this palette. The wait isn't finally over. The wait was over like in the beginning of, I don't know, August? I wasn't gonna buy this palette in October, and the thought of Violet Voss, like, they could have just said, you know what, we have a summer palette, we are not going to be able to have it in Europe for summer, so let's just skip this. Why would we want this palette in October? I'm the kind of person that I don't mind doing very colorful looks in the middle of, I mean, obviously, look at this. I'm not the kind of person who will be like, this is a summer look, this is an autumn look, I'm just, this is a look, I'm going for it. But even I was like, this is a typical summer palette. Why would you embarrass yourselves releasing this in Europe in October? Nobody's checking for this. Nobody waited for this. Nobody asked for this. We did back in, like, I don't know, July when it was released in US. But now, no, we don't want this. At least I don't. And I don't think it's gonna sell out on Beauty Bay. Or maybe it will just because it was so hyped up. But me personally, I'm not getting it because not that I don't like colorful makeup, I do. To be honest, this palette did receive some so-so reviews. Like, some people liked it, some people hated it, some people were like, meh. And I'm feeling like if I get this palette, I'm gonna be one of the meh. And I don't want to spend my money on that. I want to try Violet Voss, but they're making it really hard on me. So I'm skipping on this palette because I can't review this palette now. If I buy something right now, I buy it because I want to own it, and I also buy it because I want to review it. I don't want to own this palette right now because I've already bought other palettes that I'm excited about when I was waiting for this one, so I'm not excited about this anymore. And also I can't review this one, it's too late. So this is in pass for me, and honestly, Violet Voss needs to get their things in gear. Also, they need to start answering questions on Instagram because they have not yet answered any of my questions that I've left for them on Instagram, on like comments, and I've seen other people not getting answers back either, and I really think that they should get to that. I also wanted to talk about the new Violet Voss collection. They are coming out with some like small palettes. I think this is going to be a bundle. Obviously I would never pick up the bundle because some of them are just way too neutral for me, but I did get a lot of questions about the fruit sorbet one because it's very colorful. I'm not gonna get this either, mainly because I don't think it's gonna reach me even this year. Let's be honest here, it's not gonna come. It's gonna come in 2019 to Europe, and I'm not gonna be able to review something that late. And also, I have this. These are typical colors. A typical orange, a typical yellow, a typical red, a pink, a purple, a typical blue shimmer, a typical green shimmer, and then there's like a gray, black, a white, and a bone color. You don't need those three shades in a colorful palette. If you're buying a colorful palette, you're not checking for those three shades. Just skip those shades and do something more exciting, because this is the cookie cutter rainbow palette with the Beauty Guru edition of a bone colored matte, a white matte, and maybe it's a white shimmer and something dark. I'm bored by this palette. I wouldn't pick something like that up. That's not for me. That's also the reason why I'm not picking this up, and I think that the packaging of this is so beautiful and I want to love this so bad. This is the LA Splash Classic Horror palette. This, on the other hand, came immediately to Beauty Bay. This is available at Beauty Bay right now, and it's not really that expensive either. The packaging is so beautiful, but I can't pick this up because it is a cookie cutter rainbow palette and I can't buy any more of those. I've said this before, but I don't think that bringing out a rainbow palette is that creative. That's not really curating anything. The rainbow has already curated these colors for you. You're just putting them in the palette, and I don't need more rainbow palettes. I already have some that I really love, so it would be stupid for me to add more into my collection. Like, really stupid. A reason for me to not get colorful palettes is definitely that they're too big. That is the reasoning for me not picking up any of these Morphe palettes. This is the Morphe 35M and the Morphe 35V. First of all, boring names. 35, I don't want a palette with 35 eyeshadows. I don't even care if it's 35 colorful eyeshadows. I don't want that. I want smaller palettes. I want them to be either 6, 9 or 12 pan. I could even go to 15 and like 16, but I really don't want more shades than that. Personal preference. I bet these are pretty. I am not in love with the Morphe formula. That is a formula that's meh to me. Sometimes it's a hit, sometimes it's a miss, and I just don't want to be like Russian rouletting myself through makeup like that. So I could try Morphe if they came out with a colorful 9 pan or 12 pan shadow. They did come out with something for holiday, and the only reason I'm not picking that up is because I already have so much new makeup right now, and also coming towards me. Sounds like I'm being attacked by makeup, and sometimes it feels like that. So I'm not picking that up. But I mean, especially this 35M. It has those lime greens, the oranges, the purples and the pinks. If this was a 9 pan palette with 2 limes, 2 oranges, 3 pinks, 2 like purples, and maybe a black or a neutral, I would have picked this up. But that whole corner with browns and that like lower row of just smoky neutrals, I don't need that. I don't want that. I really do not want that. So I can't pick up any more big palettes like that. That's making no sense at all. I don't care what the reviews said. It's the same with this one. This one though, I might change my mind on. I'm not saying I'm never gonna buy any of these palettes. I'm just saying I'm not checking for them. Like, these aren't palettes that make me excited. But this one, I'm on the fence about this one, because this is the Stacey Marie Mua and Be Perfect Cosmetics Carnival palette. It's beautiful, and I've heard nothing but great reviews about this one. But it is so thick, it is so bulky, and it's so big that I'm just like, I bet this is awesome, and I bet that I would make like 1 palette 3 looks, and I would love all of the looks, and I would think it's so pretty, and then I would never pick up the palette again. Because when I sit down and do my makeup just for me, what I like to do is to take some of my smaller palettes, I pick up 2 or 3, and I do a look with those. That is my favorite way of doing makeup, and sometimes add a loose like pigment. I love that, or just opening a couple of my C palettes with loose like single eyeshadows and picking some of those. That is my favorite way of doing my makeup. I never ever choose one of my big bulky palettes when I'm doing a look outside of YouTube. And that says something about my preference when it comes to makeup, and that's the only thing that's keeping me from buying this palette, is that I know that I would never use this outside of YouTube. And I've heard it's great. I'm sure it's great. If you love big palettes, I'm sure you'd love this one. But I can't, because I know I wouldn't use it. Bulky packaging is also a reason why I'm not picking this one up. This is the P. Louise Makeup Academy eyeshadow palette. The new one. What is it called? Oh, I don't remember. It doesn't say what it's called. Anyways, the packaging is like this. So thick. It's supposed to be like when you use it up, it can be a jewelry box. Who uses up eyeshadow palettes except Ellis? Like, who uses up eyeshadow palettes? I don't. It is an all matte eyeshadow palette. I personally prefer a mix between mattes and shimmers. I totally get this is for makeup artists, and I totally get why they would need an all matte eyeshadow palette. Like, I get that. but I don't freelance anymore, so for me this doesn't really make any sense. And that packaging, it's the same with this one. I've heard good reviews about this one, and the Carnival palette, it's the same thing. I don't care how good reviews this get, and I don't care if I would love the formula or not, because I would never reach for something this bulky in my collection besides doing YouTube tutorials, and that tells me that that's just not for me. This one, this girl right here. I have 3 more. Never mind that. I have 3 more palettes to talk about. Let's talk about this one. I was initially very excited about this one. This is the Element palettes by Urban Decay. This is a palette that I changed my mind about. I haven't seen this in Sweden yet. Is this in Sweden? I don't know. I don't think this is in Sweden. Anyways, I'm not getting it. The reason is I love the theme. I love the packaging. I love the layout. Like, give me a jumble up layout any time of the day. Like, I'm here for it. I love that there's different kinds of colors, but the reason why I'm not getting this is 3 reasons actually. One reason being it hasn't been getting rave reviews. Some people like it, but nobody is like over the moon, super excited, saying like, this is such a great palette, I love it. I haven't heard anyone say that. And when nobody is like that excited about something, like, why should I get it? And also, none of the exciting colors to me are mattes, except the bright pink. I really love that the bright pink is a matte, but I want some more mattes. And like I said, my personal preference is a mix between mattes and shimmers. I like it to be either a 50-50 ratio or 2/3 matte and 1/3 shimmers. That's my personal preference, and I don't think that this palette is really living up to that, so I don't think that I would love the looks that's coming out of that. I would probably think that this is more of a one-trick pony, and I don't really want that from a palette. And also, and this is something like almost like the rainbow palette thing, all of these colors, except, to be honest, the middle shade, are very typical colors. There are no exciting undertones, there are no special textures or really exciting duochromes. It seems to be one duochrome, but it's one of those green, blue, brown, green, you know, the typical duochrome that, I mean, even Wet n Wild has that. So it's just, there are nice colors, but they're typical nice colors, and I'm just expecting more at this point. Maybe I'm expecting too much, but I can't just buy things to buy things. Another thing that I'm not picking up is the BH Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil. This is called something like, this is the all shimmer version. What is it called? Take Me Back to Brazil, like Rio edition or something? Isn't it called that? Yeah, Rio edition. Okay, it's an all shimmer palette. It looks beautiful. If this was a 9-pan palette, I'd pick it up, because I think that some of the colors are really bright and fun, and I don't personally like an all shimmer palette, but if it's really small, like for instance this one, this is the Make Up Your Mind by Colourpop, 6-pan palette with just shimmers. If this was a 9-pan palette, I'd still pick it up, because I think it's like, I don't mind smaller all shimmer palettes, but this has a zillion colors and I just don't need that. My cat is meowing. Yes, sweetie. Psst, psst, psst. And now I woke up the dog. This was a bad idea. I love the 3 shades at the bottom. Like those 2 duochrome shades, I want that in the duo. Those look amazing. Can I get that in a duo and not have to get 100 million other shimmer? I think that this is an overkill. I don't care how inexpensive it is. This is also a palette I wouldn't reach for outside of filming, so it makes no sense. The last palette I want to mention is basically just almost the whole brand, and I feel bad for saying that. Ooh, I'm low on battery. I better talk quickly. I'm just going to show you one of the new releases from Makeup Revolution. This is called Reloaded Passion for Color. And this is one of their new palettes, and I am not really a fan of Makeup Revolution eyeshadow formula. I have used a couple of, I have tried more than 10 eyeshadow palettes by Makeup Revolution. I have. And the only palettes that I've really liked are the holiday palettes from last year, the ones that had the sparkly front, and the first Makeup Revolution and Softa's makeup collab. I thought that that was a nice palette. I really liked the shimmers in it, and the mattes were really decent. Other than that, they have been a major miss, or just okay, like the Emily Noel palette. I thought it was just okay. So I don't want to buy any more palettes from them, because I feel like more often than not, I don't like the formula, and it doesn't matter how colorful or fun the color schemes are. I don't support any of the idea thefts like copycat palettes that they do. That's not my cup of tea. I don't want to buy those palettes. If you do, that's perfectly fine. We are like, it's okay to disagree on things. I just personally don't want to support that, and if you do, I'm not shaming you. Like, you do you, that's perfectly fine for me, but I don't want to buy those palettes. But when they come out with their own color schemes, because they do at times, they really do, and I do think that this, like the palettes I'm showing you now, is definitely one of them. I just, stop it, phone, stop it. I just don't want to get it because I'm just 90% sure that I'm not gonna like the quality. And even if it's inexpensive, it's still like £10 or $10 or whatever it is that I'm spending towards something that I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna like. And when I already have so much makeup that I am liking, makes no sense for me to buy things that I'm just like, I don't even know if I'm gonna like this. So Makeup Revolution's eyeshadows are on a hold for me because I'm not really a fan of their formula, and therefore it doesn't really matter how colorful and exciting it is. I just don't want to pick it up because I'm just not the biggest fan of the formula. And yeah, those are the palettes. Let me scooch back. Those are the palettes that I wanted to talk about. Do you have any palettes? It doesn't have to be colorful palettes. Do you have any palettes that in theory this should be your cup of tea, but then you ended up not liking an aspect of it and therefore you're passing on it, even though this is something you should like? Like, do you have something like that? Because if you really like neutral shadows, maybe there are still neutral palettes being released where you're like, this should be my cup of tea, but it actually really isn't. Don't forget to check out Paulina's video down below. Paulina, she's Swedish like me. Why am I saying her name in English? Makes no sense. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I do upload at least 5 videos a week, and I would love to see you in my next one. Bye! Hit my desk.